Hey guys, the 7-8er here today, and today we're going to do a unboxing slash review of the Samsung 850 Pro SSD. I got this thing for Christmas to put in my Dell Latitude 6430, and as you can see, I've already opened it to make sure it works and everything, to make sure that it's not dead on arrival. And I've also taken out the hard drive, installed it in this little caddy right here so that I can have a second hard drive in my laptop. And I've also taken the hard drive out and done all that stuff. So with this SSD in the box, you pull out the little thing, and it comes in a little plastic case with the SSD with a little slot, and you pull this out, and this is the SSD. I got the 256 gigabyte model because I wanted to have a little bit of extra space instead of just one little small operating system. And then behind that, you also get some stickers to put in your laptop right here. Not sure if you can see that right there. You can stick those on there, and then you get the Samsung solid state drive warranty statement summary right there. That tells you all about your warranty and everything, which is actually pretty good warranty for 10 years or 150 terabytes written. And then you also get the Samsung solid state drive installation guide, which tells you how to install the SSD into your computer, laptop, whatever. And then behind that, you have your little CD that has Samsung Data Migration and Samsung Magician on software on there. So basically, to have an SSD in this side of the laptop and then an external hard drive right here, basically all you have to do is to put the SSD in, flip the laptop over. For my laptop, you flip it over, and for this little thing right here, you take the SSD and you flip it up like this, because that is the position that it goes in for the laptop. And it put it in the little hole slot right there. You pop this little screw in to screw it into it, and you screw that into it. Make sure it's flat, and why isn't it doing that? Oh, that's why. I accidentally installed it back wrong. So basically, this goes like this, and the SSD goes like this. You pop it in, like I said before, to this little slot here, and you screw the screw in. After you've screwed the screw in, then you take the SSD and you push it into the slot. And you take these little two screws here and you pop those in here. Upon screwing in the screws, these two screws right here, then you can take the laptop or desktop. Specifically for me, I took out the CD drive in here. I had the little module bay. Just push that and it pops out. And then I take my hard drive with the hard drive caddy, and then I pop that into the hard drive caddy bay in here, and then I push this little thing and it pops in. It looks exactly like you have a CD drive, but it's actually second hard drive. Next, after that, I'm going to put one of these stickers on here just to kind of give an effect that I actually have an SSD in here, which is nice. Upon applying the sticker, as you can see, with my other two stickers, Windows 7 and Core i5, then you can turn on your computer, and as I have already copied my hard drive partition with the operating system onto the SSD beforehand. What was that? Wait. Why is it? Uh-oh. That's not good. Might not be able to see, but it's saying invalid partition table. I've already had that problem before. So, yeah. Well, I'll get this fixed and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. So basically all I had to do is reinstall the SSD, as I did not install it correctly and the pins didn't line up. So as you can see, I've got my 3 operating systems. My Windows 7 on the SSD, my Windows 7 operating system on my hard drive, just in case the SSD operating system actually messes up and I need to be able to do some work. And then I've also got Windows XP, which I still haven't fixed, and I need to get that fixed. So I'm going to boot into the SSD partition. This is Windows 7. So I have an other laptop that for some reason it boots up like twice as fast, so I don't know why, but it's not that bad. Type in my password and it should boot into my Windows 7 operating system. And then I've got all my icons and everything. So basically what what do you call it? The Samsung Magician software. Basically what that does is it monitors your SSD, your firmware, all of that. And for me, I've written 0.4 terabytes. And basically you have a total of 150 terabytes or 10 years warranty, and they'll replace it. But which either is first. Probably most likely the 150 terabytes for me. But I'm trying my best to keep that as low as possible so that I can have as much longevity. So if it dies, I might be able to get a new one for free because of the warranty. But to show you guys the actual read speeds for this SSD, the stated on the Amazon from which I got this from was 550 megabytes read and 520 megabytes write. And let's see here, 150 gig. This is the read and write speeds and the 4K and all that from Crystal Diskmark for the SSD. So as you can see, 541, 548 megabytes per second read, and 549. So basically advertised speed for read. And for my hard drive, the read speed is like 10 times, actually about 7 times slower than the SSD. So we're actually getting about 2 megabytes per second faster read than advertised, which is within the margins. And then, as you can see, my hard drive is getting, let's say, close to 82 megabytes per second read. And then we got 4K multi read, which is 217 on the SSD, and then 227. Still going, but that's that. Really, so my thoughts on this, I've been using it for about a couple days so far, and it's actually not too bad. It's pretty nice based on what I've had, and I haven't had any problems really so far, except for, especially as you seen earlier, the invalid partition table. I had to do some work trying to get the operating system copied onto the actual SSD, and that took some work. But see here, 227 megabytes per second read on 4K versus on the SSD versus 1.3 megabytes per second 4K on my hard drive. And that is the biggest difference other than the megabytes per second transfer versus the SSD and hard drive. So it's a big difference, and that's what SSDs are best at, copying small little files and stuff like that. But that's that. We'll wait till the write shows up, but Google Chrome is not too shabby, but the load times not that bad, but pretty much the same. So I've got a 150 gig partition with about almost 100 gigs free to make sure that I don't get too close to the full mark of that partition, because that makes your SSD lose life a lot faster and it causes problems. You really don't want more than 10%. And that's that. So here in a few seconds it should be doing the write speeds for the SSD. See another big difference, 509 versus 82. That's pretty crazy. So let's see here. What is it gonna give us? I think, yeah, I've already done this before, and it gives it about 530 megs per second write. So about 10 megabytes per second over the advertised speed. And then, yeah, 500. 501. Not too big of a difference. I think, I don't know why it's doing that. It should be about 530, but I think because I'm doing other things, running and stuff, it's taken away from some of it. So that's that. Basically, it's not that bad. So that's that. And then you got your software and stuff and everything. I actually used mini partition tool instead of the data migration built onto the actual CD, because I've heard that there's problems and stuff that arise when you use that, and I didn't want to go through that. But for the most part, it's really nice, and my computer specifically turns off the hard drive when it's not used to save power, and it makes it pretty much completely quiet, and it's really nice. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment on what I could have done better in this video, or I should have talked about later on in this video about the SSD or whatever. So I hope you like my videos and consider subscribing if you like them. So thanks for watching, and bye.